Today we're going to be test driving the Ford Bronco. We're going to see how this thing handles. How fast can it take a corner? And that's on the Badlands 33-inch tires. We'll be trying it very soon, so you're going to want to like and subscribe because very soon we're going to be trying that out on the Sasquatch 35. So let's see how fast the Ford Bronco Badlands can take a corner. So let's jump right in and get right to it. So we're in the Bronco. We're going to see across 3 different corners how fast a Bronco can corner, because makes you wonder. You got the sticker up here on the visor that does not inspire confidence. It actually shows a Bronco rolling over. So Ford, that sticker, I know you got to put it there, but it is not inspiring confidence. So I want to make this test. How fast can the Bronco corner? So let's do some roundabouts, and let's also do some high-speed cornering. Let's take a look at this. At least it's nice out. It's a good day to roll a vehicle. Okay, so roundabouts at 60 are a little quick for it. That'll get the tires to squeal, but nowhere near rolling over. There's not a whole lot of body roll on this. A little bit of camera equipment sliding around, sorry for the noise, but there's not a whole lot of body roll on the Bronco, and part of that is because of torque vectoring. So when you go into a corner a little too quick, that front inner wheel will brake. It'll apply the brakes all on its own to help keep the weight balanced as much as possible on all 4 wheels, and that helps the vehicle not have this wild body roll. And of course, let's say you're turning really sharply left like we just did, and naturally all the weight's going to go to the right. But if you brake that inner front left wheel, well, there's a whole lot less body roll and it's a whole lot safer. So that inspired confidence. Let's take it to test 2 and 3. A little less rough corners, but more high-speed cornering. As we head towards those high-speed corners to see what kind of body roll and see if the Bronco is a vehicle that will roll over easily. Do keep in mind that I do like 4A, that's the 4 automatic, because it's going to manage whether it's in rear-wheel drive only or I step on it and the power to the front wheels kick in. So I find that is pretty neat. Slow down right here, but I really like 4 automatic because it will distribute the power based on the need. It'll make sure that you don't spin out your back tires, and it's also going to keep you safe in snowstorms. So it's real nice because if you're in 4H at low speeds, 4H, that's not the 4 automatic, but 2H 2 high and 4H 4 high. Well, in 4 high you got to be going a high speed, because at low speeds you will hop the back end, because that's just the way it is. Okay, let's drive this like it's stolen and double that suggested speed limit that we just drove by. So a little suggested 45 kilometers. Listen carefully, you're gonna hear the tires, but you're not gonna see body roll. So has no issues going a little bit faster than the suggested speed. So you'd think this wouldn't handle at all because it's got big tires, it's really high off the ground, it's got a lot of clearance underneath, and that usually means a ride that's going to be wobbling a whole lot left and right. And when you've got weight transfer, you've got the danger of rollover, as you can see right up here. Danger of rollover. Higher rollover risk is what that sticker right there says. But let's take a corner, a bit better of a corner, to illustrate how torque vectoring keeps this vehicle planted. So that's part of what makes this Bronco just absolutely fantastic. You've got a great, extremely capable off-roader, big tires, lots of clearance, high vehicle, heavy, great look, but you know what? It will still take a corner quite well. Now let's see how well with this last test. Last corner to test this out. How's the Bronco handle? You know, what is it like in the corners? You gonna roll this bad boy? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous on this last corner. I'm gonna take it pretty quick, but you know, I'm being responsible. I've done tests pretty close to this before. Woo-wee. Keep in mind, this is for scientific purposes only. Okay, you don't need to do this on your own, but let's check the outside of the vehicle now. So you hear all that chirping? That's because I did a little bit of acceleration and definitely could help the turbo's longevity, long-term reliability, to just let it cool off. You know, get into your parking lot and either coast in the last minute or two after a bit of a rough drive, a bit of acceleration, or just let it idle a little bit before shutting it off, you know, 30 seconds, a minute. But ideally, as you stroll in right before you get to your destination, drive easy, let the RPMs be low, and just let it run maybe 30 seconds to a minute before turning it off. So that can help with turbo longevity. So if you've bought your Ford Bronco to be a mall crawler, please don't feel that on the main roads you need to drive this at mall crawling speeds. I don't want to get stuck behind you. None of us want to get stuck behind you going, you know, 10 or 20 below the speed limit. The Bronco can handle the curves, so let's just, you know, get outside to handle a bit of a conclusion, a bit of an overview, and to really just wrap this all up. But just please, if you have bought this to be a mall crawler, don't go mall crawling speeds when you're on the highway. So to conclude, you know, it's not a sports car, it's not a Mustang GT or whatever sports car you prefer, but the Ford Bronco is a vehicle that can handle the bendies. I was going, well over the suggested cornering speed, and this thing is solid. It's got torque vectoring. It's going to help keep the weight pretty balanced between all four wheels, even in the corners. So there's not a whole lot of left, right, you know, weight shuffling in the corners. So when you turn left, you know, in a left-hand corner, you're not going to have all the weight switch to the opposite side, and then making it much more, you know, likely and much riskier in regards to rollover. So despite that rollover sticker, this isn't easily going to roll over. Now I wouldn't drive it, I wouldn't drive it at, race car speeds, and I certainly wouldn't drive it in a corner as fast as a Mustang GT or, BMW M Series, anything. But it holds its own. It's a big, wide, high, heavy vehicle, and in the corners, some people are probably going to be thinking they need to drive these things unbelievably slow and have traffic build up behind them. But that's just not the case. This thing can do corners pretty well now, pretty quickly and pretty well. And bumps don't have it shifting left, right. As you saw in the video going over, bumps and bridge divisions, it's not pulling the vehicle left or right. There's no left, right wobble. This thing can handle its own. So you don't need to be driving it like you're driving a Sunday drive and going, just below the speed limit. You can definitely easily go the speed limit. It's a good vehicle. I think it's worth waiting for. So if you're currently waiting for a Bronco or you're shopping a Bronco, I think this is, an excellent choice. I'm absolutely loving this Bronco enough that, I'd get a second one. Now, I hope you have found this helpful. If so, please do like and subscribe. It helps feed that poodle. Have a great week. Thank you very much.